bachcho, how are you doing? I hope you all are doing fine. So let's start the new topic, verbs. Let's begin. Read the poem carefully and observe the highlighted words. So आपको ध्यान से सुनना है इस poem को और जो highlighted words हैं उन्हें observe करना है. Right? Ready? Okay. I jump, I shake, I dance, I hope. I like to move, I cannot stop. I scoot and roll across the floor. I spin in circles out the door. I run outside, I leap, I skip. I bounce, I slide, I swing. I swing and I flip. But I am still careful. I don't trip. I hope you enjoyed this poem. और मुझे पता है आप लोगों ने ऑब्जर्व किया होगा जो हाईलाइटेड वर्ड्स हैं, राइट? सो लेट्स एक्नॉलेज द वर्ड्स जंप, शेक, डांस, होप, लाइक, मूव, स्कूट, रोल, स्पिन, रन, लीप, बाउंस, स्लाइड, स्विंग, फ्लिप एंड ट्रिप आर द वर्ब्स. तो ये सब एक्शन वर्ड्स हैं, यानी वर्ब्स. Verbs, the words that indicate action or state of being in a sentence are called verbs. So जो किसी काम के होने का पता लगाते हैं जिससे हम वो verbs होती हैं. For how many verbs, how many kinds of verbs are there बच्चों? There are 3 kinds of verbs: helping verbs, main verbs and modals. So let's read about helping verbs first. To be यानी present tense, मतलब is MR. Past tense means was were. We use here was were. To have, present tense has and have, and in past tense we use had. To do, present tense do or does, and in past tense did. In main verbs we have the main verb shows the action and they can stand alone in sentences or can be used with an auxiliary verb. For instance, the people are telling a story. Joseph bakes cookies. The cat eats the fish and he guided me to read. Present, past and past participle. Accept, accepted and accepted. Achieve, achieved and achieved. Add, added, added. Admire, admired, admired. Admit, admitted, admitted. Adopt, adopted, adopted. Advise, advised, advised. Agree, agreed, agreed. Allow, allowed, allowed. Announce, announced, announced. Attack, attacked, attacked. Bake, baked, baked. Bag, bagged, bagged. Behave, behaved, behaved. Be, was, been. Bear, bore, born. Beat, beat, bitten, beat. Become, became, become. Bend, bent, bent. Bet, bet, bet. Bite, bit, bitten. Bleed, bled, bled. Blow, blew, blown. Break, broke, broken. Bring, brought, brought. Burn, burned and burnt. Burnt and burnt. Burst, burst, burst. Buy, bought, bought. Catch, caught, caught. Choose, chose, chosen. So, ये सारे verbs थी आपके लिए और अब आप क्या करने वाले हैं? अब आप modals के बारे में पढ़ने वाले हैं. Modals, present tense, can, many, must, need, to. In past tense we have could, might, had to, would, should. Future tense, will, shall. For instance, I can lift this box. We might move to Delhi this year. I'll win the race. We shall go to the zoo today. Different kinds of verbs. Now, different kinds of verbs. आपको पता है कितनी तरह की verbs होती हैं? There are some other types of verbs also, बच्चों. One is transitive, another is intransitive. So, transitive verbs, a verb that requires an object to complete its meaning is called a transitive verb. आइए examples देखते हैं. The teacher taught a lesson. So, what she taught? A lesson. The office made an appeal. She offered me some fruits. We liked the match. So, in sentences में आपने क्या ऑब्जर्व किया? Yes, you have observed that it requires an object to complete the sentence. So object हमें elation मिला in first sentence, right? Likewise in others. Intransitive verbs, a verb that does not require an object to complete its meaning, is called an intransitive verb. तो इसमें कोई object की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. For instance, we arrived at noon. She laughed strangely. I was sleeping and the stars are twinkling. Glad to know. The verb denotes an action, state or being or possession. A verb that can have two objects is called a detransitive verb. Now read the sentences, and underline the verb in them. Okay, आपको sentences read करने हैं और verb को underline करना है. Then you have underlined the verbs and state whether they are helping verbs, main verbs और modals. अब आप तीनों के बारे में पढ़ के आए हैं. आपको पता है helping verbs क्या होती हैं, main verbs कौन कौन सी हैं और modals कौन से हैं. So अब आप क्या करेंगे, इनमें underline करेंगे और बताएंगे कि वो helping verb है, main verb है या modals है. Okay? Then you have in C part rewrite the following sentences by changing their verbs into past. So आप इन verbs को past में change करेंगे as you have read, है ना, list of verbs. Okay. Then you have D part, pick out the verbs and state whether they are transitive or intransitive. अब इनमें जो आपने पढ़ा है object और एक ट्रांसिटिव है जहाँ ऑब्जेक्ट की ज़रूरत है और इंट्रांसिटिव में ऑब्जेक्ट की ज़रूरत नहीं है, तो आप अकॉर्डिंगली इन मेंशन करेंगे विच वन इज़ ट्रांसिटिव एंड विच वन इज़ इंट्रांसिटिव, राइट. देन यू हैव राइट द past and past participle form of the verb. You have already done these, so write here. Fun activity, compose a poem using verbs and make your video. So जैसा कि आपने एक poem इसमें read की थी, वैसे ही आपको एक poem compose करनी है, फिर उसके बाद उसकी video भी बनानी है. And while doing this, have fun, enjoy.